Call me crazy, but it feels like Sagiri in Hell's Paradise episode 6 used that hidden water breathing technique always seen in that Demon Slayer greatness, because the way they used the water art direction to calm her mind, show her mind go crazy, and when she finally came to and collected herself, the calm waves disappearing, just a nice cool ocean, to see her cut down the largest and in charge character, who may not have been the most talented fighter, but was a giant bull in a china shop. This girl came in clutch and cemented herself on why she belongs in this samurai world, and this boy Genji, who initially disrespected her and basically paid the ultimate price for it, he came to respect the fact that she found the middle ground of being able to collect herself and feel like a woman in different ways, but still feel like a powerful samurai all at the same time. And that was an insane fight, and honestly the craziest fight that Hell's Paradise has seen to date. Full live reaction to this insane episode is available on my Patreon if you do want to see my full uncut thoughts. This was insanity. I mean, literally, Gabimaru, I think one of my favorite things about him is he recognizes what will kill him, whether it's the first episode, when he looks at this woman who, honestly, up to that point, it doesn't feel like he's ever really met someone who made his life flash before his eyes like she did. There's a moment that I use in the thumbnail. I'm sure I baited in a few people thinking I spoiled them on a death when really no, it didn't happen at all. The fact that he literally saw himself getting completely killed if he got hit in any way from this insanely large character. And seriously, I love the fact that instead of going the road of making Gabimaru the all-star powerhouse where he defeats everyone and it feels like he's the trump card, he literally goes up against things and says, hey, we should run, or oh, this woman's gonna kill me if I don't be careful, or oh, this guy, he's literally a walking apocalypse. I'm literally shooting machine gun bullets at him, all things considered, by breaking apart stones. We see it pierce a stone wall by the looks of it, and he brushes it off like a mosquito. He's saying that this whip attack he's doing is as hard as steel, not cutting him at all. Like, the fact that they actually put characters to this degree up against someone who initially came across as like, oh man, he's got these fire attacks, he's doing these insane moves, like yeah, he's gonna be an OP bastard. And not to say Gabimaru isn't insanely strong, but the fact that every time I see more of this island, whether it's the people who are currently on the island, or the giants walking about, or the end of the episode saying, yeah, you guys can kiss on top of these weird statues all you want, but I'm pretty sure you could probably kill half the characters on this island if this island has proved anything, right? There's so much mystery, there's so much intrigue, and I love the fact that the power system and the balance act that they do between, is this gonna kill a character or is this character gonna kill them? It feels like victories make sense. How are you going to realistically explain someone that strong gets killed by two characters, one of which is still currently not in the right headspace and the other is coughing up blood every other second? Well, what you do is you set the entire forest on fire. Because of how tall he is, he'll poison himself with all the toxic fumes, and ultimately, if the poison doesn't kill him like that, he'll go on his knees, and then that's when you can behead him. It's a very clever way of showing that, okay, they aren't the physically strongest characters on this island. Hands down, this boy was physically stronger than both of them combined. However, they intelligently were able to outsmart him because ultimately he was just a giant baby. So we get to learn exactly what happened. He started off as seemingly a pretty normal kid. Personally, I was thinking like Giant's mother or something. I mean, we got characters who can summon flames, and honestly, we got some freakish monsters on this island. Giants aren't out of the realm of possibilities if you ask me. Turns out, just honestly a pretty simple kid who just didn't understand his own strength and was always hungry, and honestly at too young of an age accidentally killed parents, whether, realizing what you did or didn't realize it till afterwards. The fact remains, like, not having a parental figure or anyone to really guide you, it's almost like, imagine someone with special needs who had an insane level of strength like this, but no one to raise them. Yeah, they would probably grow up into a giant beast that is rampaging cities, and yeah, probably is going to become a criminal because they don't know what they're doing. And I love the fact that rather than just keeping him as like this giant monster or anything like that, it's a little funny, it's a little bit of a meme, but I love the fact that it actually ties together into narrative reasons. Both times there's been a man who's disrespected Sagiri, they've ended up getting killed by this giant boy. And the fact that even though she does end up beheading him, it feels like for the first time in his life, or maybe in years since he probably remembered his parents, the fact that Sagiri comforted him in his dying moment and almost felt like a mother saying, it's okay, it's not your fault, because he was born this way and there just was no logical way to get through to someone like that, especially with that much level of strength, who just was always hungry. This is what I always say, Hell's Paradise blends narrative with action so seamlessly. They go hand in hand, one doesn't overpower the other. I think this was hands down the craziest fight. We get to see that crazy flame animation. I love the fact that they have purples in the flames. I just find it gives it a really interesting aesthetic. Usually when it comes to flames, it's oranges, reds, yellows, but the fact that they had like that purple tinge to it, it just makes the flames pop so much more. You get the crazy moments where Sagiri's just doing these crazy sword maneuvers, blocking every which punch, which is already established that a single swing would crush you to a pulp. It goes in hard in all the right ways, but the fact that the reason the fight is as memorable as it is because we care about Gabimaru, because we care about Sagiri, and then the fact that the opponent they're fighting, they give a narrative that actually makes you feel something, so when you have that somber moment at the end, in a forest full of flames, she's just holding a severed head, and it doesn't come across as grotesque or disturbing, but rather, if only this could have happened so much sooner in this character's life, and then in return, maybe all the rampaging would have happened. But then again, seemingly the parents tried, but just, the kid ended up just rampaging everything. I think it was an insanely powerful episode. I love the production. I love when they go into those like dramatic shots. I mean, you can just feel the fear, the ferocity, and the fact that a character like Genji, I'm glad the fact that it really does feel like, it's unfortunate for him because he only realized it in his dying moments, but the fact that he really could look at her being like, I finally understand what you mean. Like, in these moments, you just feel like the woman I always said. But then he also recognizes, like, in the middle of battle, like, when her head's calm, when she's in the right headspace, she's literally second to none. Just unfortunately for the way this system is, pretty realistic. It's not really just about skill, which she almost always surpasses anyone else, but it's also who you are, and her being female, of course, she can't lead a clan, right? Just be given how everything operates. But I mean, if she manages to pull through this island and bring the elixir of life, who knows what possibilities are up there for her. But then again, I still don't believe Gabimaru will get pardoned, even if he did bring the elixir back. I feel like they'll still execute him, so it'll be interesting to see where a story like this ever would truly want to go, right? Now, they did tease the whole, like, hermit people, which honestly, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen because you would suspect the people making out would be like who they're looking for. There's like these rundown villages in the prior episode, I think it was. They're talking about, hey, let's not really worry about who built the statues, but where they are. I mean, it's possible the hermit people who did build these statues, had a hidden culture, are now turned into these monsters. But at the same time, we do have fairly normal looking characters making out on top of a bunch of rubble, so I don't know, like, there's uncertainty, but if there's one thing Hell's Paradise has convinced me of, is whatever you meet on this island, whether it's beautiful people making out, or weird bugs, or demonic monsters, at the end of the day, everything on this island wants to kill you, and I'm pretty sure they want to kill those two brothers as well, but honestly, you got a big club now, so maybe you can make them work for it. Either way, I'm loving that Hell's Paradise greatness. Definitely felt like some Demon Slayer water breathing techniques, and I love that. But let me know what you thought down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, ring that bell, of course, so you can get notified when I upload on the channel. And like I mentioned, we do have a full live reaction available on my Patreon, and you can also get a video shout out like a few are about to get here. So today we have Cult of Galm, Bird Nest, and Koi. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.